Hello, back from a quick vacation to Las Vegas. Back for episode 35, F1 Manager 2022 is Mercedes. Funny enough, there was some F1 stuff going on in Las Vegas. I think the launch party is actually Saturday. And I was out on the strip at the very end of apparently a little demonstration or advertising run. Or advertising filming with a Red Bull car from probably early 2010. Sound like a V10. That was interesting to see. And supposedly it was Sergio Perez driving the car. I don't know if that's true. May have just been a reserve driver. Maybe someone from the junior team. I don't know. But never mind about that. We have some new parts coming to the car. Not just that, we're going to get some upgrades to the facilities done, which I know some of you have been asking for. And really, we needed to do that anyway. So what we're going to do here is we need to improve the cooling on our car to begin with. So we're going to improve the car parts test center. Let's also improve the wind tunnel. That'll help matters a little bit. So we got 60 million or so left in the bank. We're okay with all this stuff right now. Let's move forward a little bit. Here comes our front wing. That's all done. And what we're gonna do is same thing we've been usually doing. We are just gonna go ahead and just manufacture 6 of these from the get-go and just rush them on through. Let's face it, we got the money and we got the cost cap balance to work with here. This definitely should improve the handling on the car, which is what we need a little bit here. Yeah, about third best car on the grid now, so there we go. Alright, so that's all set. Now we have a project we can work on. Again, we're going to keep on working on developing the car for this season just to make sure we can maintain a championship lead. As Drew looks like Lewis actually has a development point he can use. I'm going to aim that on smoothness here. There we go. Actually, does DeVries have one? No, he doesn't. Staff, they're good. Going to be looking at renewing the contracts of Bono and Mosconi here very soon. Don't have to do it right now at the moment. What we're going to do. Yeah, let's keep working on some cars here. Got some new side pods in the works. Did we have... how many... no, we don't even have enough there. I'll probably work a really quick... some real quick on through, maybe. Some real quick with the rear wing, maybe. Just improve top speed. Just dump it all on top speed. There we go. 29 days, that'll work. Should be done about in the middle of summer break. Probably after the summer break, we'll start focusing on next year's car. Should have everything all set by then. So keep advancing here. Hospitality area is refurbished. Go. Alright, we're all set here. Off to the French Grand Prix.
And Q1's in the books. Red Bull lead the way over Ferrari. But the thing is, really, we're probably the second fastest team now with our front wing upgrade. Only did one lap in qualifying though in Q1, so George P7, Lewis P8. Eliminated Latifi, Tsunoda, Schumacher, Albon, and Zhou Guan Yu. A lot of grid penalties in this one. A couple... well, Ricardo, I think, started out the weekend ordering a new engine component, or new engine, so he's got grid penalty. Vettel had a crash in practice, so he's got grid penalty, and also both Haas's, I think they're part of that crash as well. So, grid penalties galore. Off to Q2. Alright, everybody's starting their second flyer now. Law of the land, or lay of the land. Red Bull still 1-2, Verstappen leading the way. George actually the faster of our 2 qualifiers in P3. Carlos Sainz in P4. Got Lewis down P5. Leclerc had a bad first lap there. So, I imagine he'll jump up there no problem. Put a new set of softs on, so hopefully can improve a little bit and fully show off our P2 on the grid now. Teams-wise, at least. Bunch of people starting to turn the corner now. Final corner onto the front straightaway. Perez jumps to the lead temporarily. Claire goes P3. Sainz jumps us. We're all the way on the back straight, so it's going to take a little bit for us to get there. Not improving first sector. Second sector, we're improving both cars. And they still haven't fixed that glitch yet. Apparently Frontier does know about that. And that'll be coming in the next patch, which apparently there's no major upgrades coming to the game. I guess they're working on at least cars and lapping themselves in practice or qualifying or in the race under safety car. Anyways, George improves up to P4, Lewis P6. Surprised George is a faster qualifier today. And now for everybody's second flyer in Q3. Got the Ferraris faster than us here, but George hopefully should improve. Not going to get a draft off of anybody, though. Lewis had an issue changing the tires where it wouldn't let him release because it doesn't have a fresh set left in the pits, actually. George does, meanwhile. So Lewis probably not going to improve because he's actually on the same set. Actually, no, it's a different scuff set, so grip's not going to be all there. Got George on a brand new compound, though. But again, he doesn't have the toe off that Ferrari in front of him. See if anybody else improves. Nobody's really improving at all, actually. It's cloudy, so I mean... Well, it was cloudy the whole session, so... There you go, George improving Sector 2. Be amazed if Lewis is going to improve at all. Here comes people across the line now. Nobody improving up there. Gonna be looking like a one-stopper here strategy-wise, and if we're not gonna improve on the softs, even if you're there a little bit faster, from starting the mediums here, go medium to hard. Maybe go hard to medium on whoever's last. And we're getting that issue again, but I'm not surprised. Here comes George. He's going to stay where he's at. Okay, so George is going to be P5. Lewis at the worst is going to be P7. Verstappen's going to be your pole sitter. Again, I don't think that's indicative of how we're going to be in race pace. I think we're definitely going to solidify our spot in P2 at least in constructors. Get that out of the way. Lewis not improving either sector either. Go across line, see if he could jump Ocon. Probably not. All right, so we're going to qualify P5 with George, P7 with Lewis. Well, it's going to be sunny here, so strategy-wise, definitely one stop in it. Could actually probably push a little bit. Okay, maybe not. Hang on. Okay, let's back this up a little bit. Okay, maybe we'll just, okay, put that back normal. Maybe just extend the stints a lap. Okay, actually we'll do that. And for Lewis, maybe we'll go hard to medium. That's not gonna work. No, we should well, here's the thing. This is the B strategy, so I imagine some people are gonna be starting on the hards. This is gonna be tough. Okay, alright. Push with the fuel to begin with. And here we go for the French Grand Prix.
It's time.
All right, here we go.
Grand Prix.
We got a jump here with George, and hopefully Lewis can hang on to the pack here.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Lewis might have second Alpine getting a jump on him. So we got the preferred line into here. George up to P4 already. Or not. Still got signs right next to him.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
Lewis drops to P8. We come back here. There he goes. Come on.
Alpine just advanced.
As George goes back to P5, Lewis drops to P8. Most people are on the medium tires here. Hard tires, just Sergio Perez and Lewis. And then Gasly, Stroll, Tsunoda. Oh, like, why is Williams up so high? But I forgot about the grid penalties, so. Anyways. Stafford's got a clean getaway here. And we'll just hope we can stay within DRS range and stay with the tow here. A bit concerning that we got the two Alpines in front of us, even though they are on the better tire. Still early. Obviously, we're not even done with the first lap. Or we'll just go ahead and change it back to balanced. It's got Ocon taking a look already.
Covering.
So much for the front wing doing wonders for us. We're still kind of dead in the straight here, it looks like.
Everything you can.
Not going well. So we're still kind of within range here. Looks like he gets back ahead of Ocon. We need DRS to open up here. Should be happening at the line at least.
Race position gained for Mercedes.
Lewis still hanging on behind Alonso, so it's not all bad. Except it's a massive, probably a 12-car train here. Set that back now. Try putting some more fuel back in.
Just gonna need some lift and coast. Okay.
I'm losing time with Lewis. Well, no, actually he's back. We're about to fall out of DRS range. I guess at corner entry, able to bring it back together. So looks like an 8-car breakaway. Bottas behind by 2.5 seconds. So it's not all bad at the moment. Kind of wondering now if we made a mistake and we should have started Lewis on the mediums, had George on the hards, because obviously Lewis is the title contender. A lot can still happen. It's only lap 4.
You're fastest man on track.
There we go. Stay in line, work together. Still a long ways. I mean, Lewis is an optimal pit lap not till 31. George not till 24. So, still ways to go. And really, we could probably bring Lewis a little bit before 31. Just to hop to the mediums a bit quicker. Well, George making some moves. He's up to P4 around Sainz. Sainz now battling the Alpines. George is in a pretty good place at the moment. Lewis still hanging on. Now a 4-second breakaway to the next pack. Don't really need him to start jumping people yet, although we do have the ERS available to try if we want to, so we can still wait though. Real good run for Alpine. I guess they showed up for their home Grand Prix here. Surprised they didn't fall by the wayside, but I guess they're just benefiting from the DRS train here. Well, someone spun. Not a safety car though. Ooh, it was Perez. Okay. He's going to be well out of DRS range. Yep. Let's see what happened there.
Let's see what happened there. So let's look at this. There's Sergio
From P2.
Perez.
This goes for a spin.
What a spin.
Doesn't collect anybody. They actually gave Leclerc a bit of a jump. Yeah, Leclerc now 1.3 seconds ahead. As Perez falling into the clutches of that second pack. With the DRS train, we'll be able to kind of leapfrog each other, get up there. As Lewis's fuel delta actually getting worse here. That's a bit concerning. Probably shouldn't have pushed from the get-go.
Here's the replay. Now let's look at this.
Well, George had the DRS there down the straight. Swoops out, makes the move. Now we're back within DRS range of Charles as well, so things looking pretty good here.
Moving up a place.
Now, there's no doubt that he's eventually going to get us right back, so. There's the pass for the lead. Fastest lap. There goes George to the front.
This is good stuff.
Things looking pretty good right now, and his fuel usage actually kind of about to balance out.
For Mercedes.
Lewis still working on getting there. So I'm thinking, I want to maybe try doing the overtake now. I'll probably close up at the end of the straight here into the chicane, so. This better close up. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and do it with Lewis.
Overtake is available.
Get a move off here. Verstappen gets back by up front, but still trying to see if we get a pass off here.
Moved up.
Probably have to wait till backstretch right here, though. It's got the DRS, and not a lot of the ERS is going. Come on, get up there. There we go. That's P6.
Currently P6.
Caution sector 1, not sure what happened, but
Come on.
still got a nice little train going here. Now 6.5 seconds. Perez, another issue. Runs wide, turn 6. Looks like he's gathered it up. He's well off the pace now of the lead pack. Again, he was the only other car on hard tires of the front runners besides Lewis, so interested to see how this is going to all work out. George now about equal and in the positive on his fuel. Lewis still about a half kilogram short. So might have to put this on conserve for a little bit. Still got a lot of time in the run though. Yeah, it's a nice little car breakaway at the moment. Norris just over 5 seconds off from the rest of these guys. Second pack's got both Alfa Romeos. Norris leading the way, Sergio Perez, and Lance Stroll.
Currently P1.
Hey, another pass for lead. Cool. They're finally going to have to turn this down for Lewis here. It's not gaining anything back.
Increase in lift and coast.
Yep. Yeah, we're probably going to fall off signs a little bit here, but I don't see what choice we're going to have with the matter.
Moved up a place.
Hopefully DRS will just still keep us up there and we just kind of springboard around with Alonso if need be, but definitely got to work on the fuel consumption now.
And think about less lift and coast.
A couple laps there of saving seems to have worked. We're still in DRS range of Alonso, who's still within DRS range of Sainz, and got that about to equal. So things looking pretty good here. About 6 laps away, maybe a little less for George to pit. He's still looking competitive. Just hoping to stay in touch here with the lead 5 with Alonso, and might be in a good spot with Lewis as well. Alonso's coming in the pits. Not sure why. I think it's a bit early to come in on the mediums, because George, I think. Well, actually, no. I mean, I think we extended it for George 1 lap, so really this should be the first lap they can come in. Just a little curious about why, though. Secondary pack now 10 seconds behind the leaders. Drag race between George and Max.
Race position gained for Mercedes.
Lewis still hanging out here. See him do the overtake
Everything to
again.
play with. Come on. An overtake will be available.
So you get up around signs here. Come on. There you go.
Mercedes moved up a place.
So we'll see if anybody else wants to come in a little early here. Probably coming closer to target of 24, but maybe look at 22, 23, maybe get an undercut if we can.
No one pitting there, so Alonso came in. He came back all the way P16. We want to make sure we can at least get clear of Vettel when we pit, so. All right, a couple more people peeling off now. Verstappen and Ocon coming in. Surprised that's a little early. Maybe we'll come in next lap to cover them off. Trying to figure out if we want to come in now still. Got Lewis looking like he's got a good DRS run. Well, no, there's no DRS there. There go the clearance signs now pitting. And kept George out an extra lap. We'll bring him in this time for sure. Lewis still got about 8 laps till he pits.
Leclerc in the pit lane now.
Verstappen, when they rejoined, still came out in the low pack with Ricardo and Vettel. So, still stuck in traffic at the moment. What we're going to do is actually we're going to push it a little bit with both.
We're going to push hard.
Copy.
See if we can get forward a little bit. Set that back with Lewis. And bring in George now. Hard tire going on.
So box, box, box.
Yes, box.
I think we should be able to get out ahead of the pack here, so should hopefully work out. Go down the way, 2.7. Car ran wide, sector 3.
I think we've had a car run wide.
Looks like it was Lando. Ah, this is a long old pit lane. Come on. And here comes the pack. Gotta turn that up with Lewis for a couple laps here.
And let's push.
There we go. Is that clear? Well, they'll be in DRS range when we get back up here, but it's not bad. Just keep pushing with Lewis for now. Hopefully doesn't run wide or anything. Use some of the ERS. Keep the balance, or keep it up. Just keep monitoring that gap, though. Got some excess fuel with George, so we could afford to push a little bit.
Lift and coast.
Okay.
Not really sure how much that's going to do for us there, but lost a lot of ERS there, but we'll just keep pushing for now.
Looks like George still staying clear of the DRS range, so it's not all bad at the moment. Tires are a smidge fresher than Leclerc's. And Verstappen's for that matter, but be in good shape by the end of this thing. Someone locked up. Sector 2. Appears to be Sonoda, I'm guessing.
We have another yellow flag.
Yep.
Yep.
Might need to save some of that up.
And just charge the pack.
Understood.
And there's the fastest.
Things looking good. Everyone on the new hard tires are closing though, but again, saving ourselves once we do get the mediums though. We have the tire advantage. Turn the back down for George.
So to lift and
Keep
coast.
hanging on for now. All right, well, we are within Lewis's pit window now, and we're starting to lose time to the big pack, 20-something seconds behind. So, actually going to bring in Lewis now for a fresh set of medium tires.
So box, 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 box.
George losing some time to Alonso and Verstappen. He might just have to deal with it once they get back up here. So again, we can afford to push a little bit here. Let's deploy some of the ERS. Turn up the fuel a little bit. Lewis now in the pit lane. Looks like Perez staying out as well as Stroll, Gasly. Down away, 2.8. Bit slow there for Lewis. Someone spins sector 3. That appears to be Alfa Romeo. Looks like Bottas.
Yellow, yellow.
Down away in P9. On medium tires, do your thing. George, meanwhile, over Verstappen has a 1.8 second lead. Slowly closing on the top 3. Lewis is out about a second and a half behind Vettel, who himself has lost some time to Ocon, Alonso, Leclerc, and Verstappen. But hopefully the medium tires should do their thing here. We can get back up there, no problem. Gasly and Perez now in the pit lane. Gasly coming in for a stop. Perez just threw on the medium tires now. Perez actually a ways away, as expected, off of
Come on.
Hamilton, so as Lewis himself gets around Vettel.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
So again, should be able to close no problem here. As George actually closed on Stroll now. Well, still a second and a half ahead of Verstappen. Just a quick look at the points as they run. Lewis still hanging on the lead, just barely. Constructors gained the most so far. So getting out of this with a pretty good weekend. Now 22 to go. We're within DRS range to go by Stroll, no problem here. Just gonna blast by around the outside. There we go. That shall make the lead a little over 2 seconds over that little pack as they're still fighting back there. That'll help the cause.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
Stroll now going in the pit. So everybody should be cycled out now. Should be about 2.5 seconds ahead of Alonso. As Lewis trying to claw his way forward. Just about 5 seconds behind Ocon though. One last car making pit stop is Vettel. He's down the way. He's got mediums on now. Now dropping out of the points. Ocon closing up in P2. 2.5 behind George now. Lewis slowly getting closer towards the front. It's going to be within DRS range of Leclerc and probably a few laps here. He's now under 2 seconds away. Let's just go ahead and push that so we can expedite that process a little bit. Hopefully Ocon can keep Verstappen at bay. Really good result so far for both Alpines. Especially for Ocon, as Alonso's been the #1 driver for them for a while. There's a big move down the front. Lewis got in DRS range. He's now around Leclerc and now under 5 seconds away from the lead pack, or from the second through fourth.
Moved up a place.
That's been brewing for a while. And it's about equal on the fuel now, with some ERS in the tank with 14 to go. George doing a really good job of keeping them at bay, 2 seconds behind. His hard tires are actually warmer, or not warmer. Lewis's tires are warmer. George's hard tires are actually less worn than Verstappen, Ocon, and Alonso, especially Alonso's. So if need be, we can actually push on the tires a little bit. Hopefully he doesn't make a mistake to keep that gap around 2 seconds, keep him out of DRS range. But I think the way everything's currently carrying on, probably don't have to do that, because they're battling so much that could just keep him away. Oh, Claire goes back by. I guess that was to be expected.
Yeah, don't sweat it, Lewis. Don't sweat it.
Let's just hopefully at least kind of leapfrog each other and maybe get back up there.
Oh, and Ferrari just gained a place.
Just over 10 to go now. Turn the fuel up, not the fuel. Having Lewis push on the tires a little bit as we weren't getting any closer. We were kind of just sticking 5 seconds behind the leader. So top 3 here still kind of getting away. Actually going to go ahead and push a little bit on the tires with George as well, because that gap's getting just within DRS range. Gotta play keep away here. Let's use some ERS too. Just want to make sure that gap stays right around or just over 2 seconds. Then I'll do the trick. Just not getting any closer right now, though. Still fighting with Leclerc. Gap from Lewis to the cars in front still around 3 seconds, so not sure if that was really doing anything. Let's use some ERS here. Hopefully close that gap a little bit more. Need to make up time a little bit quicker with Lewis now.
Ferrari, advance the race position.
I just don't know if we're going to have enough time to do it. Something happened in Sector 1.
Okay.
I don't think anything involving our guys. No, it wasn't. Latifi runs wide turn 3. Race official. So only cars down a lap now are the Aston Martins. Next to go down a lap is Schumacher, who's about a straightaway ahead, 3/4 of a straightaway ahead. George stretched that lead up to 2.3. Leclerc now a 2.5 behind Alonso. This actually might be our best bet. Just kind of use Leclerc as the toe to get up there. Then we'll start making some moves. So the win's probably out of the picture for Lewis now. But George looks like he should be able to hang on at least. Hopefully those aren't famous last words or curse the commentator. Looks like engine's finally under 50% for Lewis. We'll change that out in time for the Hungaroring. George, we actually changed out after first free practice, so next engine we take for George, have a grid penalty. We're about approaching that time of season where we'll start seeing grid penalties anyway, so. Back. Okay, they're within DRS range now. Come on, turn that up.
Pick up the pace.
Get out of there.
Yeah, copy.
Make sure to stay out of range ahead of the detection zone. Come on. Guess Verstappen's finally cranking the pressure up. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Hopefully that wing doesn't open. Please don't open. Okay, stays closed.
4 laps remaining.
Hopefully I'll just bring the Alpines back up to him and he'll fight with them again. Looks like Leclerc and Lewis not closing any further. So they're probably just going to scrap it out for P5 back there. George's tires now equal for Verstappen and Ocon's.
And save fuel.
Copy.
So Ocon now gets back around Verstappen. If we were to lose this race, I'd rather lose it to Ocon. Let's keep Verstappen there at P3. Gap from Lewis to Alonso now 2.5. That's not going to get any closer.
For Mercedes.
Set that back. Once, if we have to do a push.
It's just going to be some lift and coast.
All right, 2 to go for George. Looks like Ocon may have shaken Verstappen a little bit. So we got a 2.3 second lead over Ocon. And another second back to Verstappen beyond that. Might be able to get within DRS range of Schumacher, where we could put a lap down. Don't have to push on anything right now, unless the situation arises. I think it should be okay.
So Alonso actually gets around Verstappen now. That'll help the cause.
Come on.
Keep the points
It's
lead.
a race
Driver standings
position
at 9
gain
points.
for Mercedes.
Here we go. He's got DRS now. Final lap.
Here we go. One more lap.
Just around Schumacher. There we go. Sergio Perez had a spin back there.
Yellow, yellow.
Coming.
Drops a position. Well, I think he was already behind Sainz, so that might be okay. Here we go. Got another buffer back there. Let's go ahead and deploy. Burn all the excess stuff there. Get as far ahead of the rest of the field as we can with George.
Reduce, lift and coast.
Yeah, copy, all good.
Make sure he does
back.
not get around us here.
Understood.
This is the last DRS zone, so it should be okay. Verstappen gets back around Alonso. He's got Latifi up next, up the track for George, but not close enough to impede him.
Save fuel.
Okay.
All right, one more corner to
Watch
go.
out for DRS.
Copy.
And by 4 seconds, George Russell's going to get his second victory of the year. Taking victory at the French Grand Prix for us. Excellent work there by George.
Understood.
And Lewis is going to hang on to P5. All right, so fast lap went to Sergio Perez there. It took some of the bleeding out, I guess. But yeah, George wins over Ocon, Verstappen. Rest of the top 10, Alonso, Hamilton, Leclerc, Sainz, Perez, Gasly, and Norris. Rest of the finishing order, Bottas, Stroll, Vettel, Ricardo, Magnussen, Tsunoda, Latifi, Schumacher, then the Aston Martins of Albon and Zhou Guanyu. Driver standings, now we're leading by 4 points over Verstappen as George makes a big jump. Stays in P4, but within striking range of Carlos Sainz now. And constructors, Mercedes, we get the most points out of anybody over the weekend, although good result out of Alpine there. Gained 15 points over Red Bull, making the lead over them, now 34 points. And 54 points over Ferrari. And so, got a driver development point for George here. Just take a look at all that real quick. Board review coming up. That'll be nice and fine. Okay. So side mods will be complete in 5 days, just after the Hungarian Grand Prix, so those will be ready during the summer break. But let's do this driver development point now for George. Let's see. Might need to get better as adaptability, so let's go ahead and improve that. Still overall 88, that's okay. Freeze doesn't have anything to improve. Does the staff have anything? Yes, we do for Jared Murphy, head of Aero. Do need to work on our cooling, so go ahead and improve that. Anyways, that's going to do it for us. Hungarian Grand Prix going to be a quick turnaround to there. Another strong result for us this week, so hopefully keep the momentum going with the new front wing on the car. So that's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for keeping up with the series. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell for more episodes of F1 Manager 2022. And to everybody, thank you for watching.